Yeah, so everybody else applying this for left the same reason. Hey. So, aloha, cupcakes. We're trying out, or more to the point, I'm actually shooting this video so that I could do this. Did you see it? I hope so. Well, anyway, this is a 360 camera. This is the Insta360. It's the 1RS. This is the camera that I think more of you asked me for information about than any of the other equipment that I use. This camera in particular allows for me to shoot angles that, honestly, I don't think I could do any other way. So it comes with, because of the way that it shoots, it also has some incredible image stability. Like right now, you're sitting on my dashboard. I'm driving around in the north end of Carson City, and the roads up here aren't exactly the best. I'm not off-roading by any means, but if this was shot with any of the other cameras, even with the IBIS all the way up on those things, I don't think I'd be getting as steady of footage as we're getting right now. Now, that comes at a sacrifice, of course, because this thing essentially is shooting at a 16 millimeter focal length, so everything's going to be wide angle. Anything closer than that, and we've zoomed in too much, and we start getting grainy and distorted images. But 16 millimeters is like the sweet spot for this focal length. And yeah, it allows for me to see stuff a long way off, but very small. Because I wasn't cool and I didn't get the one with the 1-inch sensor. Hindsight. Also, if you're getting one of these, get the one with the 1-inch sensor, or at least get the one that shoots in 8K. This one shoots in like 5.2K total, so that when you bring it down into a non-360, into your regular formats for whatever your whatever size you want your image to be, it's still in 4K without having to go all the way down to 1080p. It will shoot in 1080p at 100 frames per second, which I have yet to mess with that, but I think the super slow-mo sounds kind of fun. I just don't do anything that's that cool to necessitate that kind of speed. Like, I don't even think I've ever shot anything in slow-mo. If anything, because I'm a pinstriper and everything that I do is slow already, I speed everything up so that way you don't have to sit there and wait 10 minutes for me to pull a single straight line. So slow-mo, as cool as that probably is, I need the opposite. Which, I don't know, I mean, if you're cruising around like I'm cruising around right now, and let's say that we're driving through the mountains, and you get to a spot where it's like you want to see something really cool, like, I don't know, passing. There's a couple of waterfalls that are up the road that I turned around on. I mean, maybe you want to get some footage of that. Slow-mo is probably good for that stuff. I don't know. I've never shot anything that necessitated being in slow motion. Yeah, I really haven't. I mean, there's a couple times I've done some shoots where it was like I shot at a higher frame rate just because I figured whoever was editing the video was probably going to want to do slow motion with it. But for me, I've never shot anything that necessitated it. But I also don't get a lot of action. Like, seriously, I shoot in my garage. 90% of my video footage comes from the garage, which is why we're in the truck right now. Because I needed to shoot something outside. And part of my inability to shoot outside is that I'm just not comfortable walking around with my camera, posting it up on a tripod, trying to talk to it. So here, now we're on the 360. I am talking directly to, well, mostly directly to you. I think this dude's coming over. Check that out. He just did that. That's cool, I guess. Now, see, if I was shooting with one of the other cameras, I wouldn't be able to just flip it around so you could watch that. I know, super interesting, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if I'm shooting with this camera and I happen to catch something that I didn't necessarily notice or I wasn't trying to shoot, I can flip this thing around and be like, oh, here's a shot of that. And I can just edit it and make that a different clip altogether. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to just cruise and we'll see what kind of footage I get shooting straight out of the windshield. Yeah, I may even add that. Like, here, I'll add that right now. I'll add a whole clip of just cruising around out the windshield. Maybe not this, because this is kind of dumb. Maybe when I get over past the airport. Or not. I don't know. Who cares? Anyhow, this is the camera. I'm pretty sure you understand what we're working with now after me cursing around and doing this thing. I'm pretty sure I missed out on some details on this because seriously, I'm just like talking about the camera while I'm driving. So if there's anything that I'm missing or anything that you didn't comprehend from my nonsense, throw it in the comments. Tell me whatever I missed. Correct me on all the information that I got wrong because I'm sure that there's that too. Till then, stay moist, my friends.